Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 1996 cult classic film Muppet Treasure Island. So this is directed by Brian Henson. This is the second film Brian directed within the Muppet franchise. 92's Muppet Christmas Carol, which was right after his father Jim Henson passed away. He passed away in 90. Then you had, technically, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films, which started in 1990, were Jim Henson animatronic suits. So technically, that was the last Jim Henson project right before his passing. Technically, but Muppet film wise, this is the second film since Jim's passing. There's been a countless slew of Muppet TV specials, especially a lot of Muppet Christmas specials. The '87 Muppet Family Christmas is one of my all time favorite Christmas films, and probably, I don't know, man. It's one or two of my favorite Muppet films. Muppet Treasure Island, I've been holding off to talk about because I just love it so much, and I don't know how to talk about it and give it its due justice as to how incredibly awesome it is. It's just so heartwarming and nostalgic, and the songs just speak to the soul, and it's wonderful. So I can't decide if Muppet Treasure Island is my favorite Muppet film, or if Muppet Family Christmas is my favorite Muppet film. I don't know. I got to think on this. We might have an answer at the end of all these Muppet reviews because we're doing a lot of them. So, 96's Muppet Treasure Island is the Muppet version of the classic Treasure Island story. So you have young Jim Hawkins, who's the cabin boy of the ship, of led by Captain Smollett, and you have Long John Silver, who is the cook who hires a bunch of pirates to be crew members on this treasure hunt. Right, just another voyage, but they know it's a treasure hunt. So then there's a mutiny, and Long John becomes affectionate towards has a caring for young Jim Hawkins, and so he wants to take him under his wing and look out for him, realizing Jim doesn't want to be in the pirate life. What did they do? And then they find Flint's treasure and things, right? Things. So it's the Muppet version of this. So there's just slapstick humor throughout. There's Muppet jokes throughout. Gonzo the Great and Rizzo the Rat, being the side cabin boys of Jim, is just really cool. Having Tim Curry play Long John Silver is just so amazing. It's just Tim Curry acting with a bunch of Muppets, and it works so well. My one of my all-time favorite songs in life, the Something Better song in the very beginning of this film, is where young Kevin Bishop, who this was his first film, sings it with Rizzo and Gonzo, and I've been singing it since I was a kid, and it's very interesting how it keeps me in that same mindset. There's got to be something better, and it's a matter of reflection, and that's what I always look towards the song. What do I want to be better? Not specifically everything, but what specifically do I want to be better? And it's really cool how I was 6 years old when this came out. I was 6, my brother was 4. There were promotional toys at Wendy's, I remember. Or no, McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's was this film, and then Muppets from Space was Wendy's. That's what it was. So the promotional toys from McDonald's in '96 and the '90s McDonald's was just wonderful. It was colorful. It had Ronald McDonald and Company, and it was magic. And then McDonald's now is just a gray box that looks like a shoe, and it's just no. Mm-mm. Also, I eat vegan, so I can't eat there in general because they put beef juice in their fry oil. Fun fact. So that fries are not vegan. Anyway, the nostalgia of this film is incredible. The songs from this film are incredible. The puppetry, the animatronics from this film is incredible. The fact that they made specific Muppets just for this film, Polly the Lobster, and like I have various Muppet figures, as I've noticed said plenty of times, but I actually have some Muppet Treasure Island figures over there, and the Polly the Lobster figure is just so cool. Very fragile, but very cool. He's broken a few times. So the dumb goat and the hermit crabs and the tiki just puppets so much of this was made specifically for this film, and they weren't. It doesn't. You don't really see them. I've never seen them in other productions, unless I'm. I feel like the goat was in another production. I feel like that the dumb goat was in another production. I'd have to keep an eye out as I'm doing this marathon, but it was just it's so great. And what's fun about it is that they reference, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, in a sign that it says Caribbean Pirates Pirate Cruise, where Rizzo's running a side cruise line on this for his rat friends, on board the Hispaniola. And just having the Benjamina character, or the Ben character, be Benjamina as in Miss Piggy, being the long lost love of Captain Smollett, Kermit the Frog. It's just so great how it's tied together. So Muppet Christmas Carol was a classic literary film where, based on A Christmas Carol, so you have the Muppet version. Treasure Island, you have the Muppet version. And then we waited a little bit, and we got the Muppet Wizard of Oz, which didn't do very well, and it was a TV film. It was a theatrical film. I saw it a couple times, and I didn't like it, and I need to rewatch it because I need to remember why I didn't like it. We gotta pay attention this time. We gotta pay attention and focus. But it's a matter of what other classic literary stories could the Muppets do. And there was a recent interview with Miss Piggy and Kermit and someone, and they were saying something with like, well, why don't we do Pride and Prejudice and Muppets? And I'm like, bro, that would be so hysterical, and it would work so well. We've had Pride and Prejudice by itself. We've had Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which works so well. Why not Pride and Prejudice and Muppets? I think it would be great. We've had Muppet Haunted Mansion, which it technically is not literary because it's not a book; it's a ride. So it's just a matter of what next. What's the next thing for the Muppets? Right? Muppets go away, come back, go away, come back. So now that they're slowly coming back again, because they were back, then they went away, then they're back again. There's a new show coming out on Disney Plus. So what's gonna happen next? What next Muppet film are we gonna get? But bro, Hans Zimmer's score throughout this is just such great pirate kind of adventure. Like, you feel just, yeah, let's do it. Like, you're roaring to go. You're ready to find Flint's treasure. And the more I watched this film, the more I kept jumping to Treasure Planet, Disney's Treasure Planet, which is the space cartoon version of Treasure Island. It's just so cool how there's so many different versions of Treasure Island, the book, and they all make sense in their own world. So it's really cool how there's a multiverse of Treasure Island stories. Muppet Treasure Island, 96 cult classic film. Another fun fact of this, the poster for Muppet Christmas Carol and the poster for Muppet Treasure Island were hand painted by an artist whose name I cannot remember. There was a whole thing about it in there's a show on Disney Plus called Prop Culture, something like that. This guy is just going to different people and places, looking at different props and movie memorabilia and stuff. And he was interviewing the guy who painted the posters, who hand painted the posters. Bro, it looks incredible, especially for 90s. You thought it was like, somehow now you look at it, you think it's CGI, but that is not graphic designs. That is hand painted paintings of Muppet characters. It's just gorgeous. That's a fun fact of that. I love the character development of this. I love how quick it is. I love the beginning too, where Billy gets the black spot, and it's just constantly with the mistress of the tavern, and she knows all these things, and everybody's going, how does she do that? And it's just great. It's great. I haven't seen this in so long, so it brought back a lot of happy memories again, sitting with my brother laughing, playing with our Muppet toys from McDonald's. It's just home. It's just home. Watching it with my parents and talking to my parents after watching this, and they're like, yeah, we love that movie. It's great. It's home. The Muppets are home, and I love the Muppets. And I love that home and secure feeling that we get from watching them, from talking about them, from talking with them, from singing their songs and dancing their dances and going like this. It's wonderful. It's home. It's safe. It's pure. Magic. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.